Week 7 of the NFL. And we're going to look here at Derrick Henry. He put up 127 yards on the ground in last week's game. It's the Panthers and the Buccaneers, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 23.
Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in uptown Charlotte. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight. On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fielded right around the 8. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the 3rd overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trey Lance.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Lance going to put it up right away. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Lance. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The result, a 1st down as the quick slant gets him 14.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
They'll run for the first time to James Conner. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. The numbers there for Conner in last week's game. 16 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, 1st down. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Conner up the middle. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, a run with Conner. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. Here comes the 7th play in this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Conner. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
On 1st and 10 is counter. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Lance now to throw. He's got his tight end Fryermuth over the middle. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Well, they miss an opportunity to put some points on the board on the opening drive. They pass on the field goal. What'd you think?
I'm looking at it from a positive standpoint for them. First drive of the game, they set the tone, right? They go downfield. They let them know how aggressive they're going to be all game long, even though they don't get it. Because it's the first drive of the game, you're not that worried about it. Hey, we got plenty of other opportunities as this game moves on.
On 1st down, Lawrence. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. And this will be caught by Mooney. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That's the gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. And Joseph Charlton and the punt team on now for the Panthers. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. That's taken on the 25. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field. And he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit in the same spot again.
We'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. To Connor on the check down. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
A bad time for a roughing penalty. And they get the gift of a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Lance. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. And Lance will try again on 2nd down. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. And that is incomplete. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. Now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section It says touchdowns instead of field goals, but they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And they sit now at 500 on the year. And, Charles, this was a team that really looked lost in that first month or so of the season, but they have had the hot hand lately, winning 3 straight.
I would agree. It's almost hard to believe it. This is the same team because we followed them pretty closely throughout this season. And early on, I thought this is going to be a really tough year for this crew, so plenty of credit to them for turning the ship around.
The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 20 carries, 127 yards.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way. As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
A first down carry for Henry. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Henry again on second down. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Lawrence on third down. And this is going to be incomplete. On fourth down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The drive will start with Connor. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Connor going to get it again on second down. And that gets him a little room as he'll take this away to the 10-yard line. They'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Shotgun now for Lance. And his throw is incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Lance. He'll get this to Connor underneath. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 32-yard line.
On second down, here's Henry. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A 1-yard gain.
On third down, Lawrence looking downfield for Godwin. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points seeded.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Lance looking to throw it. He completes this to Russell Gage. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Connor. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Lance. And that falls to the ground. Incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. And that's incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. And he slings one that's incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Here's Lawrence. This will go to Henry out wide. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. On is the punter Charlton now as he's able to get this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They were winners a week ago over the Steelers, and they lead this one as well as they start here 1st and 10. Throwing now is Lance. That's complete to his tight end Freiermuth. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. They run behind center with Connor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now Lance. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. Working from the gun, Lance. Going up top. And incomplete on the deep ball. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. On is Jake Bailey to send this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at about the 14. Carolina getting set to take the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. From the 27, Lawrence. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action now. Lawrence. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Henry up the middle. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Panthers at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Inside handoff, Henry. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Lawrence to throw. Complete to Mooney on the slant. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. Back
to the ground now. It's Henry. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Lawrence will throw. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL, but I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked to his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Lance going to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Connor. Clock running. The Bucs trying to go quickly and get set. Throwing again on second down. Lance. And that is incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. And that will be incomplete. Here's Jake Bailey now. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Trevor Lawrence, helmet on, ready to go as he brings out this offense. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watched the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, pass, pass. Finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now Lawrence to throw. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Lawrence. That's complete to Mooney. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
Now Lawrence on first down. Rolling to his left. Pushes him over. Knocks over another. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7.
let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for Tampa Bay. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first two quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. So here are the Panthers set to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. On first down, Lawrence. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He's got Lewis. Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage and just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And Lance's throw complete to Freiermuth. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Lance going to keep it on the option. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. On 2nd and 9, Lance. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Here's Lance to throw it. He'll dump this one off to Connor. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get him the 1st down, brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before. Here's Gay for the Buccaneer field goal. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And Gay knocks this one through, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
A big play there for Carolina. 47 yards.
But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they have this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Henry. Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23.
Now we'll pause here for an injury, and it's Deebo Samuel. He's the man in question right now who will need some attention. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit.
This is a 49-yard attempt. Right hash.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
To throw, it's Lance.
And throw right side complete to Parker. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. Slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Nice pickup. 10 yards and a 1st down on the keeper.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. From just shy of midfield, Lance to Connor on the check down. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
Defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick.
And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The Panthers now set to take over offensively.
And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Lawrence. This will go to Henry out wide. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. On 3rd down, Lawrence.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Milton Williams
able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They begin on the ground here with Connor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd down, there's the option going left. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a 1st down.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he collapsed down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the 2nd level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Lance now to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Lance looking to throw it. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Deebo Samuel trotting out with his offense to start this next drive.
Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation, the catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
Lawrence's throw there complete to Mooney.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protecting himself as best he could while completing the play.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
2nd and 10 now, 3rd quarter from Charlotte. Now Lawrence.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Lawrence.
Got his target, Samuel. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Lawrence going to throw again.
And right side, Henry's got it. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 44,
Lawrence complete to Mooney on the slant. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Here's Lawrence.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. And this will be caught by Mooney.
And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And off the crossbar, and it kicks back out. Needed maybe a foot or 2, but it's no good as it stands. And this will stay a 4-point game. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that too, but it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
So out come the Bucs now.
Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at this 4th quarter deficit.
Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor.
He'll take this to the 46.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, it's Connor. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
From the gun on third down, Lawrence.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack.
Milton Williams
Able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Here's the Panthers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Danielle Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That sack doesn't change their offensive game plan. They always want to air it out and try and get the ball downfield quickly. They're going to have to block a little bit better, though, because the urgency and pressure just increase. Twice the distance now just to get a 1st down, and 1 less down to try and get it.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
And Lance again going to keep it.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. If you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Now Lance on the option right. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, that'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Toward the sideline, and he locates Gage.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And they'll be driven back here, lose yardage to the 9. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you come around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not,
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Now Lance.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
Just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today, they've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, and they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
On 2nd and 9, Lance. Connection made with Chenault. Throwing now is Lance. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Lance now on 1st down.
He's going to have the hook up to Gage.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That goes for a gain of 31.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval as a welcome sign of life that this offense needed.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10. Connor up the middle. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Again, it's Connor. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Here's Matt Gay now for the Bucs field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Gay's kick is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
From the 6. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's the Panthers punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. So now the Bucs down by 8, just over a minute 40 to play. Needing to go pretty much the length of the football field as they have it 1st and 10.
Now Lance. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll run it again with Henry. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. To Henry. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Just a yard on the and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, some field goals are bigger than others, and that one makes this a 2-score game.
And with the way their defense has played all game long, that's kind of a love letter to them because that might very well be all the points they need.
Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time is run out on this ball game. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for Carolina, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town.